What the heck is going on, guys? How's everybody? Today I'm going to be telling you the teams that I use in order to clear all of the level 2 rune dungeon bosses. Some of them are relatively free to play, some of them are not. Hopefully I can try to give you guys as much information as I can to help you clear your team. If you want some more personal advice, be sure to join our Discord and maybe we can help you out a little better with your personal account. But yeah, before we get into it, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. But let's talk about it. So first is going to be the spider, the Queen's Spider Nest. So who I used for this is Shushu, Naomi, and Argan. The key with her is you want to avoid the poisons because they're going to kill you eventually because they'll stack up. She's going to have a bunch of little spiders running around you. And yeah, so Shushu is going to A, cleanse them when you do get them. And B, he's going to give you immunity. So hopefully you just don't get them. And then the key with her as well is you want to speed clear her because if she starts jumping around too much, it gets really hard to beat. This is why Naomi and Argan are going to be a very good choice. If you don't have Argan, you could probably use Hela and it would work very similar. Once your rune quality is there, I'm sure you will be able to do Hela, Naomi, Argan once you're like 600k power, 700 or like 650. Have some 6-star runes on your guys. You should be able to clear this pretty easy. But for right now, I know a lot of people are struggling. So Shushu's going to be your main guy here. But let's just go ahead and speed run 3. So we're just going to go through 3 passes really quick. If you also do want to speed run this, a lot of people are using Bastet right now. So Bastet, Argan, Naomi. So yeah, I think eventually we will see a Hela. But okay, next is this Forgotten Earth Shrine. So he is very similar to how he was before. The main key to him is going to be this Water Lich here. So what this Water Lich does is, with his first skill, is he puts the attack up and turns it into attack down, and he puts the defense up and turns it into defense down. And what's even better about him is as this boss continues to proc them, the cooldown of his skill goes down. So essentially once he starts getting too many buffs, this cooldown's going to go off automatically and strip it. And then of course I just have Bastet and Theo to kind of help me speed clear that, or not speed clear, this one's not very fast, but to help me clear that. If your Lich does die, unfortunately, kind of GG's. So it happens. So if you maybe want to put in Shushu here as well instead of Bastet, that is definitely an option. Pretty much anywhere you see Bastet being used, Shushu is the more sustainable option. Bastet's just nice because the attack buff and stuff like that. The next boss here, I'm sure, is the boss that all you guys want to know. So another thing I probably haven't mentioned, this is pretty much going to be strictly for Orbias. These might work for Kinas or Cleefs, but you need to have a lot of a higher damage output with those champions a little bit. Even though with Orbia, you run into the issue of sustainability. So it's kind of give and take. So if you need more damage, swap out a support for damage. And if you need more healing, maybe swap out a damage for a support in some of these teams. But yeah, okay, so Tier Glance. My suggestion is going to be Shushu, Fire Monkey, and Juno. Another really good alternative is Fire Panda. But you essentially want a self-sustaining fire damage dealer guy.
I do it with Argan.
Chedda does it with Argan. Chedda's...
Shushu, Juno, and Argan.
Yeah. Chedda's pretty strong, but yeah. Argan works here as well because he's wind. But the key here is going to be a stripper. So I think Juno is the best because Juno also has a cleanse, right? A heal, which is going to help you guys. But you could also use Sekhmet. You could use Chiwu. Not the water vampire because it's wind. So I guess just Sekhmet and Chiwu. Maybe the wind dog might work. I highly doubt it. But maybe if you have a max guild, all skilled up and everything, he does strip.
I think maybe Villadual.
Villadual, yeah, Villadual. But anyway, yeah, so for me, I'm using Juno, Fire Monkey, and Shushu with Shushu Soul Link. And guys, I ran about 150 of this on the second or third day that it was out with this team. And I'm pretty sure, no, like I'm not pretty sure, I know, I only had to reset it 1 time. So that means they only failed 3 times in a row once out of my 150 runs. So for me, this team is very good. Now, full disclosure, My monkey is A14. That helps me a lot. Of course, he's very strong. As well as my Juno, she's A15. So that's to be considered as well when we're talking about the free-to-play aspect of it. And that's why I don't want to say any of these teams are necessarily free-to-play, because a lot of it comes with a lot of the innate power that I have built up as well over time. I do think for global players, it is going to take a bit longer for you guys to do these dungeons. But you also are catching up to us in power a lot quicker than I thought you would.
I don't think they have these dungeons yet either.
Oh, true. Yeah, I guess.
They don't have hard mode yet. That's not until they get the last zone.
True, I didn't even think about that. Well, global players are watching this, and they're like, what the heck? I'm sure a lot of these teams can help you beat level 15, too, to be honest.
For sure.
But okay, let's get into Shorkly. So, again, key with Shorkly, you need immunity or a way to remove the electric shock. Another monster that is very good in here is Kona. Kona, with his heal, also removes electric shock. So, budget version is Kona, but obviously Shushu's way better because immunity, you just don't get it. So then you don't have to worry about cleansing it. And then the big issue with this boss is you need anti-heal. So one thing you can do as an Orbia is you could switch to Dark Weapon. But the issue with switching to Dark Weapon is then you have to deal with Endure. So what I opted for was actually 2 anti-healers. So if you have a Nat 5 that does anti-heal, probably a good call. I do, but I don't. So let's just say I don't. So I went with Rakaja and Cilia, the Wind Mystic Witch. So both of these are actually free to play, making this a free to play team. But the key with Celia is she needs to be on very good damage runes so that you can keep up enough damage just in order to kill the Shorkly boss. And again, Wind Weapon for Orbia is going to help you kill through that Endure. Maybe if you're a Kina or Cleef, maybe you might want to try a Stripper in here instead of the double anti-heal. Maybe it might work, but I found the anti-heal so unreliable from... So Celia is supposed to be a 100% chance to land. She has decent accuracy, never landed. Rakaja, it's a 90% chance to land, decent accuracy, never landed. So I just run them both. Shorkly sucks. Takes forever. He's annoying. Then he just heals back up full. Super annoying. That immunity is only like 5 seconds. So that's why I don't say it's really super important that you bring a Stripper, because it's not really that big of a deal. Again, especially as Orbia, because you're just going to kill him with your skill 1 through that Endure. But yeah, that is the 3 Shorkly runs there. He's annoying, but it is what it is. And those monsters actually can help you in Galagos as well for them. I used my Celia against them. But the last boss here, Boro the Lava Cave. Okay, so he's an interesting boss in and of itself. So number 1, if he hits you and you don't have a buff, then he gets 3 like buffs. I think it's crit rate up. It's a bunch of stuff. Super annoying stuff. So you kind of want to always have a buff, and it's also super annoying because he strips. So because of this, I think you're gonna want to run 2 buffers. So I run Bastet, Wusa, and Theo. We have a bunch of B-roll of this. I probably should play it for you guys. It's really bad. I pass this maybe about 40% of the time. And the biggest issue I have with him isn't so much anything that he does necessarily. It's that my monsters won't like stay together. Because very, very important in this boss to make sure that your monsters are constantly getting the shield that you're putting up. Because as Orbia, right, we're proccing that shield a lot because we're gaining a lot of mana. As well as Bastet is going to give us a lot of that mana back, and it's going to give us our ultimates. And then, yeah, the Wusa is going to give us immunity and shields and shields and shields. But the issue is all your monsters just spread out all over the place. So I really hope that this can be fixed. I know I'm going to put it in for a survey because it's something that's got me really salty. It's been bugging me. But he is a relatively easy boss to pass with that team. The only issue is it takes a little bit of paying attention. Because you got to kind of make sure your monsters stay together a little more. It's a little bit more important. You can try it with like a Shushu or an Annabelle and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully we can find a better team for you guys. My recommendation though is Bastet, Wusa, Theo, or like Bastet, Shushu, Theo, or yeah, that's pretty much it. He's a pain. Maybe you guys can let me know down below what your teams are actually for this boss, because I'll be honest, the Nemesis runes are important, but I'm not super worried about this boss right now anyway.
It's a foresight.
Foresight, sorry, what did I say? Nemesis? My bad. They kind of look like the Nemesis runes, man.
Yeah.
From Sky Arena. If you guys didn't play Sky Arena, that's where those were from. I'm sure we'll get them eventually, to be honest. We already got the Destroy and Shield runes, so. So yeah, maybe we'll tag him on when I do the video about the new boss. I plan to do that one separately on its own for the Shield and Destroy runes. But yeah, be sure to let us know down below what team you use for this, because my team only passes 50% of the time. I don't like it. Chetta, do you have anything?
Nope.
Nope. Not really. Guys, Chetta's boring. Boring Chetta. Alright, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, guys. We appreciate you. Hopefully this Tear Gland teams works for you guys. I know that's what most of you guys want, is the Tear Glands team. So yeah, we appreciate y'all, and we will catch you in the next one.